Uh, Good evening and welcome to Basics of Acupuncture Workshop. So, this is in conjunction with IJCP and MedTalks, who are our digital partners. And today we'll be talking about the gallbladder channel. So, ideally, the hand channel should have been finished first, but because of some previous appointments, the person who was supposed to take the other channels is not available. So I'll be starting with the gallbladder channel today. Yeah. Okay, so gallbladder meridian or GB, Shaoyang meridian of foot, that is a paired channel. So the objective of this lecture would be again the course, that is number one, all the important points. What are the various functioning techniques, the syndromes of the gallbladders or where this channel can be used and its use in other therapeutics. So gallbladder is a hollow organ or a solid organ? Hollow organ. So a Fu organ, right? Told you yesterday, na? A hollow, you can blow. So Fu. A Fu organ with a polarity of Yang. All Fu organs are Yang and all Zhang organs are Yin in polarity. Yin is female, Yang is male, or negative and positive energy, right? Number of points are 44. Again, it's a bilateral channel. The related channel is liver in this case. Element is good and energy flow is centrifugal. That means from the center of the body to the periphery. Okay. If you see the course now, I'll just play this video. Watch carefully. Okay, and it starts from the eye, goes to the ear, curves around the ear, over the scalp, over the center of the scalp to the posterior, goes into the neck. From the neck, posterior neck, it comes to the anterior chest, follows the chest, and here it branches to reach the liver. And from here, it goes back to the pelvis, comes in front again, lateral side of the leg. You can see, follows down to the little finger, medial end of the little finger. So again, just to revise, it starts from the outer canthus of the eye, goes to the ear, curves round the ear, okay, then comes up, goes like this, shoulder, or rather back, comes to the front, then comes down, okay, comes down to the back, buttocks, then comes again anteriorly to the lateral aspect of the leg, goes down along the lateral aspect of the leg to the middle finger, to the medial side of the little finger. So if you remember the course, again, it starts from here, like this, goes like this, okay, comes, curves up, comes here, like this, neck, okay, neck के बाद यहाँ पे आता है, यहाँ से फिर anteriorly, along the chest, okay, goes inside, back, and then lateral side of the leg, and along the lateral side of the leg to the medial end of the little finger. Okay, so 44 points in total bilaterally. The first point is pupil crevice or Tongziliao. That is 0.5 shun, just lateral to the outer canthus of the eye. Okay, so puncture is 0.5 shun, horizontal and posterior. So your puncture would be in this direction, like this. Okay, if I were to show it here, so the puncture would be in this direction, posteriorly. Obviously, you won't do it anteriorly or medially because then there's an chances of injury to the orbit. Okay. Again, the indication is headache and eye conditions. Any eye conditions, and in fact, this has been shown to improve cataract also. Obviously, not mature or hypermature cataract, but early cataract, just with acupressure here, it has shown to recede the progress of cataract formation. Okay. Now, if you see this, I made it that this is a dangerous point. So you have to be careful while puncturing. So wherever you see this sign, because this is a channel which is in relation to several vital organs and sensitive organs. Okay. So whenever you see the signs, that means that you should puncture these points with caution. GB2, as I said, comes to the tragus, in front of the tragus. So you open the mouth, you palpate the tragus, open the mouth and intertragging notch anteriorly. Okay, just here, not between the condylar processes, just in the notch. Okay, puncture is perpendicular Bunchen and Xuanzhong 21 is just above the tragus. Okay, so you can do a horizontal puncture using both the points. Xuanzhong 21 is just above here. This is GB2, right? So that is one slightly anterior in the intercondylar notch. Stomach का आता है. ठीक है? So हाँ, वो बाद में भी आएगा. So these are the points which you can puncture simultaneously. Okay? So again, diseases of the ear के पास है deafness, tinnitus, otorrhea, toothache. Toothache normally अगर आपने कभी experience किया हो, it goes to the ear. That is because of the mandibular nerve. Okay, so you puncture here, and that is again you have to be careful because if you puncture too deep, this is exactly where your mandibular nerve and maxillary nerve and the otic ganglion is. Okay, toothache, deviation of mouth and eye. So in paralysis, Bell's palsy. Again, this is helpful. So if you have a motor loss, a patient of Bell's palsy, slurred speech hai, so with this point you can expect some improvement. Okay, along with physio and visual this thing. If you see here, this is GB2, sorry. From GB2, just above the zygomatic arch is GB3. Okay, right? Then if you see this point, from here, just 1 to 1.5 shun is your GB4, GB5, GB6 on the prominence, right? Then comes down slightly, GB7. Okay. GB8 is just above the apex of the ear. The highest point of the ear, the pinna. 1.5 shun. 1.5 shun would be 3 fingers. Right? So 3 fingers, highest point here would be your GB8. So again here, because again it's a scalp point, so you don't find much tissue here. So you'll do a horizontal puncture either anteriorly or posteriorly. Okay. So this is good for migraine, dizziness, vertigo, and again proximity is ear, so any ear disease. Okay, but it is good for migraine. Normally wahi hai. See, there are a few points we naturally do when we have a headache. This is one, right? This is one. So these are all points on the acupuncture channel. If you have, I told you about stomach also. This is what we do if we have a headache, frontal headache, right? If we have a parietal headache, we do like this. So this is what? This is GB7, GB8 that you're pressing. Okay. Okay, from GB8, it goes around the ear. Just lateral is GB9, 0.5 shun. Then comes down, posterior aspect of the pinna, GB9, goes down, GB10. In the neck here, mastoid. Okay, GB11, right? Goes up here, GB12, and then GB13 here. Okay, very close to stomach. Okay, GB12 and GB13. So GB12 is the point here, right? Anterior hairline, just 0.5 shun here. So this is GB12. Now GB12 is for insomnia, mouth and eye deviation, cheek swelling, mumps, headache, high blood pressure, neck pain, and ear pain. So all the maladies of the face, GB12. Again, okay? Okay, puncturing would be horizontal or horizontal in this direction, right? Sorry, GB12 में गलत बता गया. I'm sorry. This will be GB13. GB12 would be here. I counted it wrong. I'm sorry. So GB8, GB9, GB10, GB11, GB12. Okay, so this is GB12 here. Sorry, GB12, GB13, and this is the stomach point which we talked about yesterday. So GB12, GB13 here. So GB12 is here. Okay, in the neck. Again, you have to be careful while puncturing this point. So this is for GB12, GB13 comes here, and next point is GB14. GB14 is one shun above the midpoint of eyebrow. We do a horizontal puncture. Again, this is a very good point for your frontal sinusitis, rhinorrhea, cold, glaucoma, headaches, night blindness, and facial paralysis. Okay, now I'll show it to you. How do you puncture this? Okay, it's very simple. I usually do it myself whenever I'm having a cold. You can do it. There's another point here just below that. So it's a horizontal puncture and you include both these 2 points. Okay. So nothing to be afraid of, the needles. Okay. In the midline, because I can't see, my camera is off. Okay. I'm doing it blind. Okay. Is it perpendicular? I can't see because I usually do it in front of the mirror. Okay. I'm feeling the teaching. You feel a slight heaviness and you can do it yourself also for frontal sinusitis. Okay. Sure. So I'll leave it here because I'm having a bit of headache. So I'll leave it here. So GB14 is for drooping eyelid, orbital headache, eye twitching, vertigo, lacrimation, eye pain, and frontal headache. Okay, fine. चलो कम से कम ये तो नहीं लगेगा ना सर हम ही करवाते हैं या हमारे ऊपर ही करते हैं, right? Okay. So again, if you see this distinction 3, these are extra meridian point, distinction 1, distinction 2, and distinction 3. So with this one needle GB14, distinction 1, 2, 3, all these points will be covered with this one particular needle. And local pathologies jitni bhi hain, these are taken care of by this single needle. But again, it is a bilateral thing. So if you are having pain on this side, then you puncture this side. Okay. And this is extra meridian point. This thing here, just in the glabella, again you do horizontal puncturing here. This is again for rhinorrhea and sinusitis, allergic rhinitis and all those things. Now, another important point, from GB14, the path goes backward over the scalp. And if you see the posterior occipital line, right? So we have the point here, the prominence here. Can you see this prominence? This is GB20. Again, a very important point. Okay? You do horizontal and oblique. So the direction is towards the opposite eye. You do it like this. You puncture like this. You puncture like this. Okay? You puncture it like this. Towards the opposite eye. Okay? The prominence here. But again, you have to be careful. Okay? You have to be careful because you have sensitive structures here. Okay. So GB20, it is a depression between trapezius and sternocleidomastoid right here, below the occipital, just below the occipital bone. Puncture is one shun oblique towards the opposite eye. Good for occipital headache, common cold, influenza, stiff neck, and spondylosis. So any complaints of neck pain, it is good, and for occipital problems. Okay, again you have to be careful because you have, if you go too deep, you have got the pons in the medulla there. You have to be careful. Okay. So you must have seen those Chinese martial art movies, Jackie Chan movies, and all those are. You just do it here and knocked out. Okay. So there is some science in that also. Okay. So GB20, internal and external vent. If you're feeling dizzy, tension headaches, neck pains, cold and flu, and again for high blood pressure. So GB channel, most of the points will tend to reduce your blood pressure. Okay. Okay. Now this one is again an important point. As I said, from here it goes to the back, just opposite to the midpoint of the clavicle. Corresponding back point or above the scapula. Right? So midway between duo 14 and li 15. Duo 14 आपको बाद में बताएंगे. li 15 कहाँ पे था? Just adjacent to the spine of the scapula. Okay. So between here and duo is the midpoint. Duo channel runs right in the center. So between those two, or opposite to the midpoint of the clavicle at the back is your GB21. You do a perpendicular puncture up to 1 shun. It is a special alarm point for all kinds of endocrine disorders. So be it diabetes, be it thyroid, now this is a special alarm point. Okay. Now special alarm point means that if you puncture this point, you may have slight dizziness, slight fainting, and a drop in blood pressure. So you have to be absolutely sure. Now, there are not very serious side effects reported with acupuncture, but there have been even asystole reported with acupuncture because of the vagal stimulation. Okay, dizziness and all this is common. So you always ask the patient to have something light and calm, okay, not fasting. And that is why you never do acupuncture in a standing position. You always make the patient comfortable first, either sitting or lying. And whenever you're doing it for the first time, please make sure that the patient is lying supine or prone or lateral, whatever, so that at least the vagal influence is minimized. Right? So it is a dangerous point or an alarm point because of the hypotension or dizziness or vertigo that it may cause when stimulated. Okay? And especially for all kinds of endocrine disorders, this is a very good point. A single point for all endocrine disorders. Again, not used in pregnancy until induction time. For neck, shoulder, difficult labor, but in the second stage of labor, if the labor is not progressing, then you can use it. Lack of breast milk. Again, prolactin, release of prolactin. Okay. So this is GB21. It should be a bit more lateral. It is on this picture, it's shown a bit medial, but it should be a bit more lateral. Now from here, if you remember, from posteriorly comes anteriorly, right? And it divides into two. One goes internally to the liver and the one continues superficially over the chest. So we were at GB21. This one is GB 22, 23, 24, 25. Again goes to the back here, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We'll talk about GB 24. So it is an important point. Liver 14 was the last point in the liver channel. So just one intercostal space below that is your GB 24. Nipple line, 7th intercostal space. You do a oblique puncture. Okay, you do an oblique puncture. You don't do a perpendicular puncture. Why? Because lung is just below there. Cholecystitis, gastritis, hepatitis, and hiccups. And it is again the front mu point of gallbladder. If no other point of gallbladder channel is available, you can use this point to stimulate the entire gallbladder channel. Okay, we have the front mu and the back shoe points, right? So that is one particular point which will stimulate or where the energy of the entire channel is accumulated. Okay, so GB24 is important because this is the front mu point of gallbladder. Okay, next point is also important. So this is a list of all the back shu and front mu points. Back shu means the for the lung it is UB13 and lung 1. Now these points may not be on the same channel. Gallbladder front mu point is on the gallbladder channel itself, but for the lung, the back shu point is UB13, but the front shu point, so back shu point is UB13, and the front mu point is lung 1. So lung can be simulated by simulating UB13 or lung 1. So that is where the energy of the lung channel is concentrated. Similarly, for pericardium, UB14 and REN17. We'll be talking about REN17 next week. For the heart, it is UB15 and REN14. For liver, it is UB18 and liver 14. For gallbladder, it is GB24, as I said, is the front mu. Back shu is UB19. So, agar front mein aap nahi kar sakte, patient is prone and you want to stimulate the gallbladder channel, you use UB19. For spleen, it is UB20 and liver 13, so and so forth. Okay, and you might have, what is this channel? There's a pot simmering here. कौन सा चैनल रह गया? बाकी तो ऑर्गन सारे हैं ना, एक ही है जो किसी बॉडी ऑर्गन को परटेन नहीं करता, उसका एक स्पेसिफिक नाम है. Xuanzhong, 3 cavities. So it is a cavity with a body fluid. ठीक है ना? That's why the pot, Xuanzhong. Okay. So you have this kidney, large intestine, and small intestine, and bladder. So these are the back shu and front mu points. Yeah.
How come that pericardium heart, the channel is connected by a point that is not in that channel?
See, what is the low connecting point? हमारा ट्रांसफर हो रहा है ना सारा. लो कनेक्टिंग पॉइंट में क्या होता है कि कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग चैनल्स आपके आपस में उस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट से ज्वाइन होते हैं. प्लस इफ यू सी दिस, जस्ट मिनट, आई शो दिस वीडियो. There's a channel here which is going from here, traversing and going. So these are the points which are being taken care of. Na? Energy flow is different. See, that is why since these all channels are interconnected, so the recent theory is that you stimulate whatever channel is available to you. The body, I told you that day also, na, that the body will try and regain its homeostasis.
Yes.
They will be connected some way or the other. So they will be connected some way or the other. Okay. So that is another level of, I mean, we have to go very deep into to understand that. So that is why. That is why we have the back channels, the front channels, and the other channels. Okay. So GB24 is for rib pain. Again, lack of direction if you're feeling depressed, acid reflux, vomiting, hepatitis, and obviously cholecystitis. So instead of getting all these lab coolies done, you can just give them GB24 and eat onto surgeon's profit. So, but that will eat into your profit also if you are in private practice. So be careful when you do that. Okay. So, so basically all the things GB24 is an important point because that is the front view point of the gallbladder. That is where all the energy of the gallbladder channel is concentrated. Okay. Now again, GB25, it has got GB channel has got a lot of important points. Free end of 12th rib. So anteriorly free end of 12th rib. Rib cage जहाँ पे खत्म होता है उसका free end जो है 0.5 shun puncturing. It is the front view of kidney. So if the kidney channel is not accessible, you use this. So since it is associated with kidney channel, nephritis, all kidney problems, ribs पे है local inflammation, abdominal distension and flatulence. Stomach के पास है, right? Got it? So GB 25. Again, it's important. GB 26. Anterior superior spine just inferior to that. Level of umbilicus. You draw a vertical line from the free end of 11th rib and you puncture one shun perpendicular. So for costal pain and back pain and pelvic disorders. Okay. 11th rib पे आपका LR 13 है. So liver 13, you just go down in front of the anterior superior iliac. Or rather, not anterior superior iliac spine, it's a iliac crest. Okay, anterior superior iliac spine would be somewhere here. So it is iliac crest, basically. Highest point of the iliac crest and at the level of the umbilicus. Okay. From here, the energy goes a bit backwards. And I'll just show. So which point was this? (25) and 26. Okay, right? The next point is an important point is GB30. Usually this point is punctured when you are in either prone position or lateral position. So what you do is you draw a line from the greater trochanter to the sacral hiatus, and midpoint of that is your GB30. So this is a very important point for your hip joints, sciatica, lower limb pain, PIVDs, and paralysis of lower limb. So you have to take a very long needle. You have to take a 2 to 2.5 inches needle, and you have to go deep into this. And you have to, in fact, what have we been saying till now? You don't hit the nerve. Here you have to hit the nerve. You have to elicit sciatica. You have to hit the sciatic nerve. Okay. So this point is another point which is used if you read your blocks. It is for the sciatic plane block. Ultrasound guided sciatic plane block. This is the entry point. Even if you're going blind, you get two giveaways: gluteus maximus and gluteus medius. So that is the sciatic plane. That is where the sciatic nerve lies. You have to literally go into so deep and put the needle point there. Okay. So long needle, and you have to elicit the sensation of sciatic nerve, and this is very good for again sciatica and disorders of the lower limb. So now if you see, it is a gallbladder channel, but now we are moving towards conditions which are much more localized and away from the parent organ. GB31, lateral aspect of the thigh, stand straight. मिडिल फिंगर जहाँ पे रीच होती है, यहाँ पे आपका कौन सा था? स्टमक 32 था इसके पास, जस्ट सुपर 0.5 या 1 शून्य आसपास था. ठीक है, you have to puncture 1.5 shun. Now this is a deep puncture because of the quadriceps. Okay. Again, lower limb, myalgia parasitica, and all disorders of the lower limb. 7 shun proximal to the popliteal crease. So you have to measure 7 shun from the popliteal crease. Okay. So GB32 is just below that, 1 shun below that, iliotibial band. Okay. Again for this thing, the lower limb disorder. Now this is a very important point. GB34 is the influential point for muscles and tendons. So if you have a muscle or a tendon problem anywhere in the body, this is the point that you are going to use for all muscle and tendon related problems. Tenosynovitis in the hand, patient को बहुत ज़्यादा pain है, needle नहीं लगाने दे रहा, movement नहीं हो रहा, position नहीं हो पा रहा, you give GB34. So influential points are the points which are the special points for a specific disease. So all muscle and tendon related problems, you use GB34. Depression anterior and inferior to head of fibula. Puncture is again 1 to 1.5 shun. Oblique, downwards, forwards, and medially. It is oblique puncture. Okay. Forwards, downwards, and medially, slightly like this. You can all feel your head of fibula just below that. Just below that. यहाँ पे और कौन सा point था? Stomach 36. It's just adjacent to it. Stomach 36 है ना यहाँ पे, ठीक है. Again a very influential point, stomach 36. So again this is used for hemiplegia, paralysis of the leg. Since it's an influential point of gallbladder, so any disease of the gallbladder, muscle and tendon related disorders, mental disorders, and epilepsy. So this is a special point for epilepsy also. Okay. GB 34. High blood pressure. If you are feeling down, ठीक है, ज्यादा डांट पड़ गई ओटी में, सेल्फ डाउट, सिमुलेट GB 34. डिसीजन मेकिंग, कोई लिब्रा है? Anyone Libran here? No, no Libran. So this is the point for you. Decision making. Always undecided. ये इधर करना है, इधर करना है. Trying to always balance things. नहीं? Shoulder, bladder infection, headache, ear infection, joint pain, nausea, vomiting. So if you see all the indications of your gallbladder channel is GB 34. So we have the 8 influential points again. Sinews is GB 34, that is muscle and tendon. Okay. For sheath, that is body energy. REN 17, we'll be talking about REN 17 later. Marrow related problems. GB 39, we'll be talking about you. Blood related problems, UB 17. For bones, UB 11. For all Zhang organs, liver 13. That is why liver is important. For all Fu organs, REN 12. And for all vessel related problems, atherosclerosis or any inflammation, phlebitis, things like that, lung 9. So you have these 8 influential points. Okay. Now, so GB 34, GB 35 midway, GB 36 posteriorly, GB 37. GB 37 is 5 shun above the lateral malleolus or the anterior border of fibula between the tibia and the fibula. So this is the lower connecting point for liver 5. Okay. There's from here a branch goes and connects to liver 5. हमारा क्या था? Corresponding canal of gallbladder is liver. Okay, so this is the point where liver connects to gallbladder. Okay. Again, this is used for all eye problems: night blindness, optic atrophy, short eyesight, and local problem is paralysis of leg. So GB 37 is again a distal point for your eye related problem. ठीक है, अगर फेस पे नहीं करना है, GB 1, GB 2 नहीं करना है, you can use this particular GB 3. Low connecting points are heart 5 and SI 7 for each other, liver 5 and GB 37 for each other, stomach 40 and spleen 4, REN 15 and U1. These are the midline channels. Spleen 21 and this is LI 10. Okay, lung 7 and LI 6, kidney 4 and bladder 58, and pericardium 6 and Xuanzhong 5. Okay, so these are the low connecting points. These are the points from where the corresponding channels connect to each other. This is just an overview of what you have done, a revision. Now comes GB 39. GB 37 was 5 shun, GB 39 is 3 shun. तो बीच में GB 38 है 4 shun. Okay. Posterior border. Now this goes to posterior border of fibula. Now this GB 39, as we said, is an influential point for bone marrow. So all marrow related problems, anemia, even leukemias and lymphomas. Okay. So GB 39 will help you. Paralysis of lower limbs, stiffness of neck. Now this is a very important point. GB 39 is a specific distal point for stiffness of your neck and your disorders of marrow. Okay. So हमारे important points कौन-कौन से हैं यहाँ पे? अभी तक हमने gallbladder के 24, 25, 30, 34, 39, 37 भी था. Low connecting point था ना? 37, 39. Right? GB40. Okay. So anterior border of lateral malleolus and inferior border. You puncture 0.5 shun. What is the Yuan source point? This is the Yuan source point of GB40. You had the Yuan source and the Z cleft points. Z cleft is for all acute conditions. Yuan source is for all chronic conditions. Okay. So if there is any chronic condition, you stimulate the Yuan source point. For any acute
So
condition,
can you repeat? So can you repeat
Z
this?
cleft point. Okay.
So
Mother
can you
and son
repeat
है ना?
this again?
Mother is chronic, Yuan source, more patients. ठीक है. Son is Z cleft, always eager to rush into things. Okay, for acute conditions, Z cleft. Okay, so for all ankle disorders, again for all chronic conditions of gallbladder and pain in chest wall, distal point. Right? These are the 12 Yuan source points. Lung 9, pericardium 7, heart 7, liver 3, GB40, spleen 3, stomach 42, Xuanzhong 4, kidney 3, Li4, Li4 तो याद है ना, master analgesic point. ठीक है, Si4 and bladder 64. These are the Yuan source points. Okay. Coming to 41, between the 4th and the 5th metatarsal. Okay, proximally. You have to puncture 0.5 shun. This is good for pain in foot, wrist disorders, ear disorders, and this is a very good point for frozen shoulder. Shoulder यहाँ पे है, you are stimulating the ankle. But this is a very good point for frozen shoulder, that is GB41. Okay. I'll be uploading all the recordings for this week today. Okay, so that you can watch the lectures, revise, and then come tomorrow prepared for needling. So migraine, yeast infection, menstruation issues even, mastitis, rib pain, red swollen eye, vertigo, excess lacrimation. These are the other uses of GB41 other than your ear disorders, frozen shoulder. The main important of this point is frozen shoulder. If you see, these all conditions we have been talking about these conditions for all our gallbladder points. Which is the endocrine point of gallbladder? एक पॉइंट हम भूल गए थे ना जब हमने GB21. ठीक है. When we talked about the important points in gallbladder, GB21 is important as it's an endocrine. So 41, 40, 41, 42, ठीक है, 43 and 44 ends at the lateral side of the second toe. Okay. हाँ जी. ठीक है, ये है मैम. यहाँ पे मिड पॉइंट ऑफ द क्लैविकल जस्ट ऑपोजिट दैट, नहीं तो मिड पॉइंट एंड आपका LI15. Okay.
We have one more endocrine point on Xuanzhong channel also, that is at the apex of the ear. So endocrine points you have to
know.
Different. They are different. So
यहाँ पे कौन सा था? GB8, just above that. So again, if you do this puncture horizontal, you can do both the points.
That is for 21. नहीं, किसकी बता रहे हो?
GB8 और वो साथ में कर सकते हैं.
हाँ, वो साथ.
इनमें 21 तो पीछे होता है endocrine point. Right? So we have summarized the points also. Questions, doubts? I think I've locked out. चल रहा है. नहीं रूम पे देखना पड़ेगा. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So that is a summary of gallbladder channel. So if there are any questions, any doubts, any queries, you can ask me, and we'll be demonstrating the points also. आज तो पेस करो, मेरी क्लास में कोई excuse नहीं है. Divide yourself into 2. Divide. जल्दी divide करो. You have to show GB 34, GB 40, GB 41, GB 14, GB 2. All are accessible points.
And tomorrow we start by 10. So everybody has to be there. And those who are in OTs, they will come in turns as well. Like if somebody is not able to come, then he will come after one person goes back.
If you are in the
Whosoever
same
is able
OT,
to
you are in
come
the
to
same
come.
OT. Okay.
And if you can come, you can come. If there is a problem, then you can come one by one. Okay, then you'll be relieved from my.
You'll be relieved, Rita. You'll be relieved from the duties. Not an issue. Okay. Chalo. So I'll just switch to Zoom on my this thing, so I can show you the demonstration. Okay. Am I audible now? Okay, fine. Chalo. Divide yourself in pairs. We've got a lot of points to demonstrate today. Okay, इसको ऑफ कर दोगे, ये इंटरफेयर करेगा. चलो. Okay, so this is our class. Those who have not come here, and we'll be holding our sessions here only. ये कर देते हैं, ये करेंगे ना? Told you. चलो, कौन आ रहा है? करो, तुम लोग करोगे. I won't do the needling today. I've already done needling today. मेरा कोटा खत्म हो गया आज का. Divide yourself in pairs. Divide yourself in pairs. All of you are going to do on each other. No excuse today. GB 14, GB 2, GB 34, GB 40, GB 41. मैंने फिर से बोला है, जो टाइट्स पहन के आए हैं उनका फेस होगा. नेचुरल सी बात है. चलो डिवाइड. बेटा पेयर से डिवाइड करो. तुम दोनों हो, तुम वहां पे 4 लोग हो, तुम तीनों आपस में करो. चलो. So which one you are demonstrating first? You all have to do it. So GB 2, GB 14, okay, GB 34, GB 40, GB 41. 5 points हो गए. ठीक है, 5 points हैं यहाँ पे. 5 points आगे वाले करेंगे. तुम लोग प्रैक्टिस करो. चलो. ओके. छोटा वाला ले लो. छोटा नहीं ले. नहीं बेटा, GB2 is just below the tragus. Yeah, so you have to do. हाँ. Yeah. Just ये यहाँ पे है ये. See, yeah, this is interface. हाँ. Okay, you won't feel it. Don't worry. You have not been pricked. You have been pricked. So. चलो, आप लोग शुरू करो बेटा. No excuses.
Sir, here we would go perpendicular.
You can go perpendicular if you want to.
यहाँ पे
नहीं होगा तो कोई बात नहीं. चलो करो. Yeah, चलो. So she is doing GB 2. Yeah. I'll show it from here. करना है करो. आज जाओगे नहीं घर तुम लोग. मैम इनको करवाओ आप. ये करेंगे नहीं तो. Yes. No, remove the blue. Yes. Hold it. नहीं. Only 0.5 shown. That's it. That's it. That's it. Feeling anything? Where?
This area में heaviness feel right?
In the entire face or only in that area? Only in that area. Just a minute, sir. Gonna fit too deep. Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Chalo. So do GB14 now. GB14 is here. Eyebrow के ऊपर. Yeah. Yeah, I did GB14. Yeah. Come. Sit. You'll require a longer needle because you can do all the 3 or 4 points simultaneously. Okay? Sure. Come. अभी मत कर. We'll demonstrate. तुम लोगों के ऊपर demonstrate करना है. GB34, GB40, GB41. ठीक है? GB34 इस पे लग सकते हैं, इन पे लग सकते हैं. चलो करो. तुम लोग बैठो नहीं. Having a headache? Which side? Globally. चलो. नहीं. This is horizontal. Don't remove it right now. See, pinch. You'll require some space, na? Yes. Yeah. Go here. Keep it here. I'll just remove the. Yeah. Tap. और एक बार और टैप करो बेटा. कम हुआ है टैप. Yes. Go in. Oblique. Heaviness?
Not
No.
persistent.
No. You won't feel. Don't worry. Tingling आ रहा है. Right?
Yes.
This is 2 or 3 points simultaneously we have done with this thing. Okay, so GB14 and other extra-meridian point. We'll be talking about extra-meridian points. Yes. So this is a good point for your sinusitis also, cold also. Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. So that is 2 points. GB34. पैर में GB40 कर दो. चलो GB40 कर दो. Below the little man.
Secretion above the left point.
That is GB39. That is GB39. ठीक है ना? That is GB39. They will do GB34 and GB39 on each other. So कहाँ पे होगा? ये आएगा. यहाँ पे आएगा.
Towards the temple.
Towards the slightly medial. Right?
So here also we don't go perpendicular.
You have to do 0.5 shunt.
Okay.
यहाँ पे depression है ना? Yeah.
I'll just put a mark.
Just a minute.
I'll just put a mark. Not so.
जैसे क्या दर्द होता है? Slightly. बस. लग रहा है अभी? नहीं. लग रहा है तो बोलो. Don't lie. Don't lie. Tingling lag raha hai. So that is the sensation that you are supposed to feel, not pain. We are feeling pain, that means that you are touching some structure. Okay? Sure. Chalo. GB 34, GB 39, GB 41. तुम लोग बिल्कुल नहीं कर रहे हो. Nanshit, you are not doing anything. You'll have to do it. No. You have to do it. You have to practice the points. कल करना पड़ेगा नहीं तो फिर directly. करना तो है ही है. So we are doing GB 34. GB 34. Okay? Right. And feel the fibula?
Yeah, please. Head of fibula.
Head of fibula hai just below. So you'll go oblique like this, anteriorly, medially, downwards, slightly oblique. No, you use a bigger one. Yeah. Oblique. Oblique is 15 degrees, beta. 45 degrees. 45 degrees, sorry. Yes. Now, in this direction, you have to go. No. Time लगता है कई बार. Don't worry. Simulate and see.
आप थोड़ा सा बहुत नहीं से पहले बेटर वो हुआ है फिर. हाँ
ठीक है. Okay. Right. So this is scratching. Okay. So this is the direction. Oblique, forwards, anteriorly, and medially, and downwards. Okay. Sure. Remove.
So this was for also muscle and
Muscle and tendons. Yes. Influential. Okay.
we have 30.
Give me 34. Doing GB 41 now.
Paralysis and
Frozen shoulder.
most important point.
Most important point for frozen shoulder. GB 41.
So 41 is
Between the कहाँ पे आते हैं channel? Fourth and fifth metatarsal proximal.
यहाँ पे
Heads पे हाँ.
ठीक है.
Vein बचा के.
हाँ सर.
He's got a prominent vein there. Yes. बिल्कुल जहाँ पे heads वो होते हैं.
So
Take a 25. हाँ 0.2 smaller one. Nanshit, Jyotsna, Aishwarya, you have to pray. No excuse. कहाँ पे आ रहे हैं मेरे
इधर आएगा.
ये आएगा. ये यहाँ पे.
ये गेंद के बीच में.
ये. No? Sorry, in your lateral toe. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so if you can see it here, okay, I've just made the needle a bit more perpendicular. Since the Foot is like this.
Sure, ठीक है.
ठीक है ना? Plane के perpendicular नहीं जाना है. जो आपका anatomical वो है उसके perpendicular. Exactly. You have to go perpendicular to the skin, not to the plane. Okay. Right. So this is GB 40. Okay. Sorry. GB 20. 21. Okay. Hold it. No.
The midpoint of our clavicle. SG40 दिखा देते हैं.
With the midpoint.
shoulder पे ही कर रहे हो ना? बंदा बदल
Okay. Spine of the scapula ये आ गया. Just ऊपर यहाँ पे. This is the point. Do it. So this is 21. GB 21. Endocrine point.
डबल हो जाएगा.
नहीं?
या एरिया बस दिखा दे उसका.
एरिया दिखा देते हैं.
SG40 का.
Hold the needle. Yes.
बेटा ऐसे हाँ, आराम से पकड़ के हाँ ऐसे. हाँ.
Go in.
इतना डर रहा.
क्या हुआ? Tingling sensation. Where? अरे? हाँ. Okay.
और
This is GB 20.
SG14 कहाँ होता है? आर्म abduct करोगे? Abduct the arm. Abduct करो बेटा. है ना? So where the here? This is your acromion. है ना? This is your region of deltoid. So this is your SG14. This is the frozen shoulder.
Sure. Okay, so I hope today's session was helpful, and we hope to see you tomorrow for the hands-on session, and we can end the session here now. Patul?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
So tomorrow we will have it from 10 o'clock, right, sir? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow we will have it from 10 o'clock.
No, tomorrow we won't have the online streaming.
Okay.
Tomorrow
okay.
is the hands-on.
Okay, okay, sir. Okay.
Now we'll meet on Monday, Patul.
Okay, all right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.